The conflict between the Israeli army and the Hamas armed group in Gaza is a textbook example of modern asymmetric warfare. Once wars are over, they will be stewed by strategists and tacticians. The term asymmetric warfare has been around for less than 60 years. But the concept is much older. Originally, this denoted a conflict between significantly different enemies, often depicting it simply as a David-Goliath situation. Asymmetric wars often bloodier, more brutal than wars between regular armies in state-non-state conflict. Combatants of regular armies are not recognized as proper combatants and therefore not considered protected by international conventions, the laws of war. The regular army will use weapons and tactics that are not legally acceptable in a proper war. In a chicken and egg situation where it is often impossible to tell which side starts with unacceptable practices, rebels also carry out clearly illegal actions, often claiming that they do so because they are not recognized as equals. Many civil and other wars in the last half-century were asymmetric: Vietnam, Afghanistan, Kosovo, Sri Lanka and Syria. In many cases, the underdogs achieved victory, often not by winning decisive battles, but by wearing down their enemies. But that doesn't mean the little one always wins. In terms of conflicts in Gaza, most important examples of asymmetric warfare are Hezbollah's ongoing with Israeli army and war in Ukraine. Although both Ukraine and Russia are states, Kiev's initial response to the attack contains significant elements of asymmetric warfare. When Ukraine gained independence in 1991, it inherited a former Soviet Union-style army and did little to change it, until Russia attacked by proxy and occupied Crimea in 2014. The Ukrainian leadership realized that it needed improved tactics and strategy to defeat Russia and decided to adopt NATO standards, which it believed were superior Soviet-type practices. But changing a large inert system takes time, and the leadership realized that the first step in implementing new doctrines was to allow tactical initiative independence as a first step. I would say that this move saved Ukraine from defeat within a few days, as Moscow almost certainly expected, free from the interference of higher command and orders to unify each movement. The Ukrainian army, or rather its battalion-sized or smaller units, employed highly independent creativity and innovation. One of the biggest tactical advances was the use of small, inexpensive commercial drones for innovative missions. Using 200 drones like all the kids have now, highly mobile squad-sized units have become much faster in action. They launch a drone at an enemy a few hundred meters away, see its position, and adapt attack or defense almost instantly. Russian rivals were stuck with an old, cumbersome process of asking higher UPS to deploy reconnaissance units and then waiting for the results to trickle down the chain of command. The next step was to arm